You are in the exact right place, because today we're exploring the Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana down in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And we are tearing down all the marketing fluff. We're covering absolutely everything you need to know. The actual room layouts, the massive and frankly kind of confusing dining program, the pricing, booking strategies, and the real on-the-ground experience. So definitely stay with us until the very end for our final verdict on whether this resort, actually deserves your vacation budget.
Welcome to Resoria, everyone. And hey, if you find this video helpful at all, just taking a quick second to hit that like and subscribe button is genuinely the best way to support the channel. It's really what keeps these deep dives completely honest, balanced, and independent. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
All right, let's start with just getting there, right? Because location dictates pretty much everything. So the Hyatt Ziva sits inside this gated Cap Cana community right on Juanillo Beach. But, the absolute best part of this location, you're looking at like a 15 to 20-minute drive from the Punta Cana International Airport.
Okay.
Now, I have to play devil's advocate for a second here. Is a 15-minute drive versus, say, a 45-minute drive really that big of a deal?
Yeah.
Like, in the grand scheme of a week-long vacation, what is an extra half hour on a bus?
It is a massive deal. It really is. And here is exactly why it matters. You have to look at the psychology and, well, the logistics of the core demographic for the Ziva brand, which is families traveling with young children.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Right. By the time you land, you've already navigated the early morning wake-ups, the chaotic security lines, an actual flight, Dominican customs, and the baggage claim.
Yeah, you're just exhausted.
Exactly. Transit fatigue is a very real, very heavy factor. So avoiding a 40-plus minute multi-stop shuttle ride, which is honestly the standard reality for a lot of resorts further up the Punta Cana Strip in Bavaro, it's just a logistical win.
It really is.
It means your vacation starts almost immediately after you leave the terminal. You step out of the airport, you're at the resort in 15 minutes, and you completely bypass that final stretch of travel stress that, usually leads to toddler meltdowns.
That makes total sense. You just want to get straight to the pool, not stare out the window of a highway shuttle. So once you actually arrive on the property, what is the vibe?
Because this resort opened its doors in December of 2019, so it still has a very fresh, modern feel to it.
Yeah, it definitely does.
But there is a crucial operational detail here that I think most travelers completely overlook. Like, it operates under the Hyatt brand, obviously, but it is actually owned and operated by Playa Hotels and Resorts.
Yes, and that is a fundamental distinction. It really changes how you should view the property.
Wait, really? How so? Well, the reason you as a traveler need to care about that licensing and ownership structure is that it dictates your literal day-to-day experience on the ground. Hyatt corporate in Chicago is not making the daily calls on service standards or the timing of renovations or how the property handles hurricane recovery. Playa Hotels manages all of that.
Oh, wow. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah, exactly. They are the ones maintaining this expansive 40-acre layout. So while you get the reliability of booking through Hyatt and earning all those loyalty points, the actual hospitality execution is entirely Playa's responsibility.
Right, okay. And managing 40 acres is, it's no small feat. We really need to unpack the layout dynamic here because it's a shared plot, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You have the Hyatt Ziva, which is the family-friendly side we're focusing on today in this video.
Yeah.
And right next door is the Hyatt Zilara, which is strictly adults only.
Exactly. And the cross-access rule between the two properties is strictly one way, which honestly is a brilliant structural decision.
How does that work in practice?
Well, if you are an adult staying at the Ziva side, so you're part of a multi-generational family trip, you can literally walk right over and enjoy the Zilara's amenities. Their quiet pools, bars, the restaurants.
Right.
But Zilara guests cannot bring that adults-only, potentially rowdier atmosphere back into the Ziva side. And obviously, anyone under 18 is completely restricted from the Zilara grounds entirely.
I love that setup. So grandma and grandpa can just escape to the quiet Zilara pool for a cocktail while the parents wrangle the kids on the Ziva side.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
Speaking of wrangling kids, let's talk about where families are going to spend like 90% of their daylight hours the water. You have 4 distinct outdoor infinity-style pools equipped with swim-up bars.
Yeah, but a quick, very practical note on those pools, though. They are kept at an ambient temperature.
Meaning they are heated.
Right, they are not artificially heated. If you are traveling during the winter months, January or February, you should expect the water to be refreshing, perhaps even a bit brisk, rather than, bathwater warm.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's something to prepare for if you are escaping the snow and expecting a hot tub experience in the main pools.
That is a really great heads up. But here's the overlooked detail that families absolutely need to pay attention to, and honestly, it is the crown jewel of the property, the Canapolis Water Park.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
We aren't just talking about a small, basic splash pad tucked away behind a restaurant somewhere. This is a massive primary attraction. You have a lazy river, a grotto cascade, interactive water cannons, and like 5 actual legitimate water slides.
It is fantastic. But parents really need to listen closely to this rule. There is a strict minimum height requirement of 47.5 inches.
Wait, 47.5, so just under 4 feet.
Just under 4 feet, yeah. To ride those slides, you must measure your kids before you book this vacation.
Oh, man. Imagine the frustration.
I mean, think about it. Hyping up a massive water park for months, only to arrive and have the lifeguards turn your child away at the top of the stairs. Knowing that height limit in advance just manages everyone's expectations.
Absolutely. Nothing ruins a day faster than a disappointed kid on vacation.
No kidding.
Now, moving from the pools to the beach, the resort is situated on Juanillo Beach, which offers that incredibly beautiful, classic Caribbean white sand aesthetic. However, we do have to pull back the curtain a bit and provide some fair, balanced context here regarding the seaweed.
Yeah, seasonal sargassum is a reality on the eastern coast of the Dominican Republic. It is crucial to understand that this is a regional, natural, geographical phenomenon.
Right, it's not like the resort's doing something wrong.
Exactly. It's not a unique fault of this specific property.
Right.
And the resort staff works incredibly hard to clear it daily. It shouldn't be an automatic deal breaker for your trip, but you must know that depending on the currents and the time of year you visit, the shoreline can get cluttered.
So the water further out might look beautiful, but actually wading in from the beach can sometimes be kind of an obstacle course.
Right. It's all about just managing those expectations.
For sure. Now, beyond the beach and the pools, the resort has a massive footprint of activities. They have a 14,000 square foot gym. And this isn't just like a treadmill in a basement. We're talking full Zumba classes, stock Pilates, dedicated spinning rooms.
It's a real fitness center.
It really is. And then there is the Larimar Spa, which is just stunning. It's almost 27,000 square feet, entirely designed to look like an underground cenote, complete with the Dominican Republic's first Himalayan salt lounge.
The spa is an architectural marvel. It really is. But viewers need to remember a key financial detail here. Treatments and access to the hydrotherapy circuit there are not included in your standard room rate.
Right. Good catch.
Yeah, they are premium upcharges. What is completely included under your all-inclusive umbrella are the supervised kidsy and teen clubs, non-motorized water sports, and the evening entertainment, which is beautifully staged at the outdoor Marquee Theater.
Before we move on to the rooms, let's do a quick comparison to highlight what is actually missing from this property. Because sometimes what isn't there is just as important as what is.
That's very true.
First, there is no on-site golf. If you want to play, the nearest course, Punta Espada, is about 4 miles away. And crucially, there is no casino here at all.
Right. And that is a deliberate design choice by Playa Hotels to maintain a very specific, family-oriented, and wellness-driven atmosphere.
Makes sense.
If you are someone who absolutely requires the energy of a bustling casino floor to cap off your vacation evenings, you will be disappointed here. You would be much better off looking at a property like, say, the Hard Rock Hotel Punta Cana instead.
Totally different vibe. To round out the overall resort experience, we have to look closely at service and cleanliness. From everything we've seen, the common areas are consistently praised as being impeccably clean, and the staff is generally described as highly attentive and friendly.
However, when you're managing a 40-acre property with hundreds of staff members and thousands of guests, occasional lapses do occur.
Sure, it happens.
There is recurring guest feedback noting inconsistencies in service delivery. Perhaps a drink order is forgotten at the pool, or a dinner service runs a bit slow. It is an overwhelmingly strong experience overall, but perfection at this scale is rare, and it is important to go in knowing that.
Yeah, definitely. So, after wrangling kids across 40 acres of water parks, pools, and beaches, parents are going to be exhausted. So, do the rooms actually provide a quiet sanctuary to decompress, or are you just tripping over luggage in the dark?
Well, the spatial layout is actually one of the resort's absolute strongest assets.
Yeah.
The Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana houses 375 total suites, and the scale here is exceptionally generous.
Really? How big are we talking?
The entry-level option is the Resort View Junior Suite, which gives you 600 square feet of space. To put that in perspective, a standard city hotel room is often around maybe 300 square feet.
Oh, wow, so double the size.
Yeah. And this layout includes 2 queen beds plus a queen sleeper sofa.
That configuration is brilliant for families.
Hmm.
I mean, nobody is fighting over space, and you don't have to cram a rollaway bed into a tiny corner. And at the top end, you have the master suites pushing past 1,300 square feet.
Massive.
You also have the option for swim-up suites with direct pool access right from your patio, which is obviously a huge draw for families wanting ultimate convenience.
And regardless of which suite category you actually book, the baseline inclusions are excellent. Every single room features a private furnished balcony offering ocean or resort views, free Wi-Fi 24/7 room service, and minibars that are restocked daily with water, soda, and beer.
Before we dive into a crucial, highly practical tip about these rooms, just a quick reminder. If you are finding this breakdown helpful and want to see more independent deep dives, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to Resortia. It truly makes a difference.
It really does. Now, for that practical tip, especially for our international viewers, the electrical outlets in the suites are standard North American type A and B only. Yeah, there are absolutely no 220-volt sockets available. So if you are traveling from Europe, the UK, or elsewhere, you must bring your own power adapters. Do not rely on the resort to have spares at the front desk. If you forget them, you simply will not be able to charge your devices.
And nothing ruins a family vacation faster than 4 people fighting over a single iPad with 3% battery.
Exactly. It's a nightmare.
Now, keeping things completely objective, we do have to talk about the room upkeep. While the suites are undeniably spacious and modern, there is that recurring feedback we touched on earlier regarding occasional housekeeping and maintenance lapses.
Yes. It might be a missed towel replacement one day or a minor maintenance delay if something breaks. Again, it is not a systemic failure of the resort, but it is flagged often enough by guests that you should be aware of it when setting your expectations for a luxury price point.
Fair enough. Now, if you are looking to mitigate those little friction points and really elevate your room experience, you can look into booking the club level. The standout feature here is the dedicated butler service.
Having a butler can completely change the flow of your trip.
Really? Is it worth it?
Well, instead of standing in line at the lobby, your butler handles the logistics. Coordinating your family photos, securing specific dinner times, booking your spa treatments, or ensuring your airport transfer is perfectly timed for departure.
That sounds amazing, actually.
It is a prime upgrade for a personalized stay, but always verify exactly what the club tier includes for your specific travel dates before booking, as those program details can sometimes shift around.
Good tip. Now let's talk about my favorite subject, moving directly from your daily restocked minibar into the broader culinary experience across the property. Because we really have to unpack the dining program. Honestly, the marketing around this is incredibly confusing.
It really is.
Hyatt's promotional materials treat the dining options like a Hollywood studio counting ticket sales. They seem to bundle everything together strangely, like some pages claim there are 6 or 7 restaurants. Other booking sites confidently state there are 13.
Yeah, and as an analytical traveler trying to compare resorts and figure out if you'll be eating the same food every single day, this discrepancy is super frustrating.
Totally.
When you look under the hood and actually break down the itemized current directory, there are actually 17 distinct listings on the property.
17? Wow.
Yeah, that includes 9 dedicated food venues, 6 bars, and 2 specific food services. The lower numbers you see online are likely just outdated marketing copy that hasn't been refreshed as the resort evolved or added new concepts over the years. The reality is you are getting significantly more variety than some of the top-level marketing suggests.
And the quality really punches above the typical all-inclusive weight class, too. You have El Mercado, which is their Caribbean-style market buffet. Let's be honest, buffets can be a major weak point at resorts, but this one consistently exceeds expectations.
It really does.
Then you have specialty spots like Noodle and Thread, which is a fantastic Italian trattoria, and Tempest Table, serving Asian fusion with a Mongolian grill and teppanyaki.
But here is an overlooked culinary detail that families will absolutely love: Lazizi. It is a colorful food truck parked right by the Canopolis Water Park, serving burgers, hot dogs, and nachos.
I mean, that is genius. Think about it from a practical standpoint. You don't have to pull your kids out of the water, dry them off, force them into a change of clothes, and march them into a sit-down restaurant just because they are hungry for lunch.
Exactly.
It is frictionless dining right where you are already playing. It keeps the day moving without the stress.
It's all about minimizing resistance. Now, Regarding morning routines, we do have a practical warning. Coffee Republic is the go-to spot for your morning espresso and pastries, but it gets absolutely slammed with long, slow-moving lines between 7:30 and 8 a.m.
Oh, that's good to know. Do yourself a huge favor. Wake up a little earlier to grab your coffee, or just hold off until the mid-morning rush dies down.
Yeah, grab a drip coffee at the buffet instead if you're in a hurry.
Right. Now, what about the evenings? How complicated is it to actually get a table?
The rules around specialty dining are actually quite relaxed, which heavily impacts the flow of your evenings in a really positive way. Most restaurants here do not require reservations, you simply walk up. However, many of them do enforce a smart, casual dress code.
Wait, I'm at an all-inclusive beach resort in the Caribbean. You're telling me I have to pack slacks and a collared shirt for a family dinner? How strict are they actually being at the door?
They do enforce it to maintain the ambiance, so yes, gentlemen should pack long pants and collared shirts and definitely avoid wearing beach flip-flops to the nicer venues. It is a minor packing adjustment, but crucial to know before you fly down.
Fair enough.
Now, there is one major exception to the no reservation rule, and that is a venue called the Blind Butcher.
Right, this is important. The Blind Butcher is a South American-inspired tasting menu.
Hmm.
It absolutely requires a reservation. It is strictly for guests 13 and older, and most importantly, it costs extra.
Yes.
It is a premium upcharge experience that is not included in your standard room rate.
And don't forget the cross-resort access we mentioned earlier. Any adult in your party who is 18 or older can essentially double their dining options by walking over to the Zilara side to eat at any of their adult-only restaurants and bars. It completely expands the culinary footprint of the trip without spending an extra dime.
Which is huge for value. Now that you understand the sheer scale of the pools, the food, and the amenities, let's connect all of that to what you are actually paying for.
Right. Pricing for the Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana is entirely dynamic. We always measure this in US dollars to assess standard value, and your nightly rate will vary wildly.
Based on what?
Well, it depends on the season you travel Christmas week versus, say, late September, the room category you choose, the overall occupancy levels of the resort, and how far in advance you secure your booking. Because we can't give you one static number, we have to evaluate the underlying value proposition.
Exactly. What are you actually getting for that price tag?
Yeah.
And the included value is undeniably strong. You get unrestricted access to the massive Canapolis water park, the supervised kids and teens clubs, which, let's face it, gives parents a much-needed break, plus fitness classes like Zumba and all your non-motorized water sports.
But to truly understand the cost, you have to factor in what is excluded from the all-inclusive umbrella. If you want a premium private dinner on the beach, access to the hydrotherapy circuit at the Larimar Spa, or a seat at the Blind Butcher, those will all hit your vacation budget as additional out-of-pocket expenses.
Right. And because the pricing shifts so much depending on all those variables, your booking strategy is absolutely critical. We highly recommend using Expedia as your primary travel planning tool for a property like this.
Yeah, and the reason we recommend Expedia is visibility and control. It acts as an aggregator that allows you to pull up live prices across different dates.
Super helpful.
You can check exactly which room categories, like those swim-up suites, are actually still available for your family. Crucially, you can filter for refundable rates and review the specific cancellation policies all in one centralized place rather than guessing on a bunch of different websites.
It is also the most efficient way to build your entire vacation package. You can bundle your flights whether you are flying in from the United States, Canada, or Europe, and immediately secure your airport transfers in the exact same transaction.
Which is a huge time saver.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Given that the drive to Cap Cana is only 15 to 20 minutes, having that transfer pre-booked on Expedia means you step off the plane, get right in the car, and you are at the resort before anyone has a chance to complain about being tired.
That's the dream.
All right, let's synthesize everything we have discussed today into a clear, actionable decision-making framework for you. Does this resort deserve your money?
We will start with the biggest strengths. The fully included Canapolis Water Park is a massive differentiator for families. I mean, it is a full-day attraction on its own. The incredibly short airport transfer saves you serious logistical headaches and preserves your energy on travel days. And the baseline suite sizes, starting at 600 square feet, are exceptionally generous for families needing space.
But you have to balance those strengths against the main trade-offs. You very well might encounter seasonal seaweed on Juanillo Beach, which is just a geographical reality.
Mhm.
You have to navigate some confusing initial marketing around the dining options, and you should be prepared for the possibility of occasional housekeeping inconsistencies given the massive 40-acre footprint.
So, who is this resort perfectly built for? Multi-generational families will absolutely love it. It is perfectly designed for parents who want a low logistics, high entertainment vacation where everything is safely contained on the property.
Right.
It is also an ideal setup for adults traveling within a larger family group who still want access to the mature, quiet vibe of the Zilara side.
On the flip side, who should look elsewhere? Well, if you are a golfer who expects to walk out of your room and directly onto the first tee, this isn't for you. If you need a bustling casino floor for nightlife, you will be disappointed.
Definitely.
And if you are a couple seeking a strictly intimate, quiet, adults-only bubble without screaming kids at the neighboring water park, you should really look at booking the Zilara side exclusively, or consider a property like Secrets Cap Cana. Ultimately, if the family-friendly amenities align with your needs, the sheer volume of inclusions here strongly justifies the premium price point.
Yeah, I agree. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a brief thought to ponder regarding the broader travel landscape. As premium resorts like the Ziva continue to add exclusive upcharge experiences like the blind butcher tasting menu or private cabanas, the very definition of what all-inclusive actually means is evolving.
It really is.
It is a subtle shift across the industry, but it is something you absolutely must keep in mind when budgeting your future vacations. Just because a resort says all-inclusive doesn't mean your wallet stays in the safe the entire trip.
That is a great point. We would love to hear your thoughts on this, though. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think of the Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana, or suggest the next resort Razoria should cover. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are incredibly enthusiastic about helping you plan your future travel and making sure you get the absolute most out of your budget. Safe travels, everyone, and we will see you in the next deep dive.